Hello guys, this is probably going to be one of my most controversial videos. So what I'm going to talk about, as you read from the title of this video, is democracy, the art of inflation 6. Alright, now just a little bit of a background. Let's talk about inflation. Alright, now what is inflation? Inflation is when the price of goods and services go up. Alright, so think of a home where a family has got no money or has got few resources, and all that resources is pooled into buying food, thereby sacrificing other important things like education. Okay, so that's basically what inflation does to a poor family. Okay, now in this video we're going to attack three things. The first thing we're going to attack is democracy. The second thing we're going to attack is Karl Marx. Third thing we're going to attack is Joseph Stalin. And then the bonus thing we're going to attack is capitalism. So let's start with democracy. So democracy is a system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of state, typically through elected representatives. All right. So basically, the people that you elect in power run things. All right. What is Karl Marx? Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a German philosopher, critic of political economy, economist, historian, sociologist, political theorist, journalist, and socialist revolutionary, born in Trier, Germany. Marx studied law and philosophy at the universities of Bonn and Berlin. He married German critic and political activist Jenny von Westphalen in 1843. Due to his political publications, Marx became stateless and lived in exile with his wife and children in London for decades, where he continued to develop his thought in collaboration with German thinker Friedrich Engels and publish his writings. Researching in the British Museum reading room, his best-known titles are 1848 pamphlet, The Communist Manifesto, and the three-volume Das Kapital. Marx's political and philosophical thought had enormous influence on subsequent intellectual, economic, and political history. His name has been used as an adjective and noun, and the school of social theory. Alright, so you can go to Wikipedia and find out more about this. But what I want you to understand is what this man stood up for. He stood up for social politics. Let's look at Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin followed Karl Marx. Revolutionary and Soviet political leader who governed the Soviet Union from 1924 until his death in 1953. Held power both as the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and the Chairman of the Council of Ministers of the Soviet Union. Despite initially governing the country as part of a collective leadership, he ultimately consolidated power to become the Soviet Union's dictator by the 1930s. A communist, ideologically committed to the Leninist interpretation of Marxism. Stalin formalized these ideas as Marxism-Leninism, while his own policy is known as Stalinism. Alright, now, the question I want you to think about is democracy the same as communism, or are there similarities? Then the last thing we're going to look at here is capitalism. Capitalism, an economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and the operation for profit. Alright, that sentence right there just kills everything. Private. The key word is private. Let's go back to democracy. A system of government by the whole population, all the eligible members of state, typically through elective representatives. System of government by elected representatives. Joseph Stalin, chairman of the Council of Ministers of the Soviet Union. Okay? So all the ministries were under one person. Are you seeing the clues? That's kind of like sex, guys. Think about it. one whole group is messing around and screwing around with the means of productions of a whole country. That's not capitalism, because capitalism is when individuals have control to the means of production. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like this. Like and share it with your homies, your friends. Peace.